Hey everybody, welcome back to microbeerreviews.com. Thanks for checking us out. In our series of what is that beer and what's the definition and what is it all about, we're going to do one that I didn't plan on doing, but I actually had a question about this on my website. So the question was, what exactly is a golden ale, and is there a difference between a golden ale and a blonde ale? So I'm going to give you the definitions. Alright. And by the way, this is a golden ale. They're usually, fairly kind of yellowish in color. Some are filtered, most are filtered, some aren't. They usually have a nice kind of white foamy head on them. They're usually lighter in flavor, like I said, lighter in color, usually a little lower in alcohol content, typical summertime beers. Some have a lot more carbonation than other beers, etc., etc. Okay, so that's your quick overview. If you look at the definition, blonde ales are also called golden ales. Alright, so right from the beginning they kind of put the two together. Golden and blonde ales range in color from a straw color to a golden blonde. I would call this more of a straw color, and there are others that are darker. They have more almost of a, they call it golden blonde, but more of like a yellowy, almost like bright yellow color. They are clear, filtered, crisp, usually a very clean finish, not a lot of aftertaste in your mouth, and dry. Dry is very important. They just, they like I said, don't have a lot of aftertaste. They're dry in terms of their presentation on your palate. With low to medium bitterness, so their IBUs are really low, and their aroma typically comes from hops. But here again, not a lot of hops because our IBUs are going to be typically, I'm making this up now, probably under 30. And their sweetness comes from their malts. A lot of golden ales, and now as we've learned blonde ales, which we're going to kind of put together, use Pilsner malts. So similar to like your Pilsner type beers. Not extremely sweet unless they add something to them. So if they're adding, like, let's say lemon to them, or if they're adding another fruit, maybe blackberry, it's going to be a lot sweeter. Their fruitiness comes from esters that are perceived but do not dominate the flavor or the aroma. They have a lighter body and higher carbonation. And I don't know if you can see this. This beer was poured probably 5 minutes ago, and there is a continuous flow of bubbles coming out of this beer. So, right back to what I was talking about before. Lighter in color, probably 5% alcohol or less. Crisp, dry, and clear beers. Those are golden and blonde ales. They come from all over the world. If you look them up, it'll talk about Holland, Belgium, France, and the United States are common locations for being known for golden ales. You want to get some names here. Let's see. Goose Island makes a pretty common one. Magic Hat makes one. Terrapin makes one. And that's just Ska Brewing makes one. Anyway, that's what a golden ale is. And that's also what a blonde ale is, according to the definition. So very similar beers. Like I said, we'll review one more time. Crisp, dry, clear, straw or yellow in color with lower alcohol content. Hope you enjoyed Micro Beer Review's definition.